So in this video, I went more in depth as to how I got this cut crease, and this time, as you can tell, I did use cool tones. More persons shift towards warm tones because yeah, they do complement more skin tones and it looks more aesthetically pleasing. However, we have cool tones to play around with, and at the end of the day, makeup is just makeup. We can wash it off at the end of the day, right? So in today's video, I of course use the sister palette to the Salties palette that I used in my last video, which is the Supernova palette. And in this palette, there are mostly cool tone shades. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm going in of course with my Age Rewind primer, Age Rewind concealer as a primer, and I just like to use this one. You can use any one. So I'm using the shade Zenith in the palette, and I'm just packing that on first, of course, and then we're gonna blend out later because I didn't set the concealer with any powder. And this is just how I prefer to use my eyeshadow these past days, especially when I want the colors to pop. Alright, and so now we're using Interstellar, I think that's what it's called, and I'm putting that pretty much the same place as I put Zenith. Alright, and now I'm using this little tiny bullet brush as I call it, but I'm pretty sure it's called something else, and I'm going in with Celestial. Yeah, so I'm just putting that one at the outer V, stamping it on and blending that out. Now I'm using this little concealer brush with some concealer, and I'm putting that at the edge, like, I don't know, right down above my eyelashes, and I'm gonna look left to right to kind of map out where I want the outline of my cut crease to be, and this helps especially when you have hooded eyes. Now try not to get the concealer on your lashes like me, I'm such a baboon, but anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean that up later. So just put an ample amount of, well, not really a lot of concealer, but so it can transfer. Then I'm gonna tilt my head back, and pretty much it's kind of like connecting the dots. It's not really dots, it's lines, but still, you know what I mean. So I'm just pretty much stamping the brush on to get a precise line. Now guys, take time, don't rush this, just be careful not to mess up, because all that blending would have been in for nothing. So if you want to map out the line to see how or where to stamp your brush, just go ahead, look up, left to right, and it will just map out for you. It's pretty simple, and practice makes perfect, guys. Okay. Alright, now I'm packing on Flare, and I'm pretty much just going up in a straight line. So if you look at it, you'll see that there's pretty much a straight line there. You don't have to do it this way, it's just how I prefer to do it. And then after this, we're going in with Nebula, and I'm gonna put that in the middle as well. Now the technique that I use to blend these, of course, as I said, I'm just going up in straight lines. And I always use 3 shades that are, complementary of each other. You can use whichever shades you want to use. It's just my my way of just trying to do a gradient. So I'm gonna go in with Flare. That's the first shade that I used in order to blend that line of demarcation that you can clearly see that's not blended right there, right? So when you're done packing on the shade that you want, you just go over with the first shade that you initially used and put it over it, and it will blend like nobody's business. You don't have to do a lot of work. Like, this is just my shortcut, guys. You're welcome. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other shade. So I'm gonna go in with Red Giant, and I'm gonna go in with the Red Giant, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out with, well, not blend it out, but after I finish packing on the shade, then I'm gonna go in again with I think that one is called Nebula. I'm gonna go in with Nebula and use that in order to blend it out. And I'm just pretty much going back and forth between the shades until I reach the darker shade, which I did use on the outer V, which is Celestial, and the same thing with Red Giant in order to make a seamless blend, and that should be it. Now for this boo-boo that I made, I'm just going in with a small blending brush, dipping back into Zenith and just blending that out with the shade, pretty much, because I don't want to make a mess more. But when my lashes did have on the concealer, that caused that issue while doing the cut crease. So try not to make the concealer get on it. But if you do, then this is pretty much how you clean that mistake up. I also went in with Sirius as a inner tear duct highlight, but you don't have to do that, because at the end of during the video I did just go over that with my face highlight that I use from the ABH palette. And furthermore, I didn't like that stark silverish kind of shade, so you can skip this part. Okay, using this Luminizer primer from Dr.Brandt, I'm gonna go in now. While I don't have a problem with this primer. Some people said they like it, some didn't. My thing is, I didn't really see a illuminating side of this primer. Maybe I wasn't looking good enough. I'll try to use it again and give you my thoughts on it, but I didn't really see anything luminizing about this primer, which is so weird. Yeah, but I'm just rubbing that into the skin, and then I use this because I was gonna go in with a mattifying primer. Okay, going in with this Covergirl TruBlend primer. Foundation. And it's so thick and it's a little bit dark. I think I need to go a shade lighter. And it had the reddish undertone, even though I'm pretty sure that the D70 Cappuccino said it was warm undertone. Not really sure, but it looked a bit red on me, so I think I need to go a shade up. At the end of the day, I did like this foundation. I kept it on for quite a long time and I did like it, but I just think I need to get a better shade. So you guys can go ahead and try this if you are super oily. And the brush that I did use, it was from the our Boxycharm this month, which was the Luxie foundation brush. It's a bit soft, whatever. I liked it. It helped to blend it out. If you weren't using something else to blend it out after, I'm guessing this brush would be fine by itself, but of course I always go over it with a beauty sponge. And I mean, it did what it's supposed to do as a foundation brush. I think you guys should, try it, but it would most definitely be better as a powder brush, which is what I'm going to use it as moving forward. Going in with the Covergirl TruBlend It's Lit Concealer, and this is in Deep Fonce. I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, my voice sounds so raspy, guys. I'm sorry if this is just so annoying to you. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm just putting it right where my under eye bags are. I don't tend to do this triangular business again, not that I used to do it anyway. I just normally put 3 stripes under my eye, but I found putting it right there underneath my eyes and blending it out covers more for me. And of course, I'm going down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. In my opinion, this concealer, it dries pretty quickly, and next time I use it, I think I would more definitely try to do like one side at a time instead of just putting everything on my face and then trying to blend it out. Even though it blended out, there wasn't any harsh lines there, but it took a while to blend out. Not really took a while, but you know, like it wasn't the easiest thing to blend out. Or no, I'm just comparing it to the Maybelline Fit Me, which is much easier because you know it's not matte, but this one is, so it will definitely stay in place, and it had good coverage. So great concealer. Guys, what do you think about this cool tones, the cool tone shades on my eyes though? It kind of has a vibe to me, like I'm feeling it. It's like, but I'm not really used to that grayish tone in my eye, in my crease. It's just kind of weird, but overall I liked it. Now going in with this blush from e.l.f. It's the first time I'm using this, and I've had it forever. It's so weird, but it did complement the eyes. I think it's a hot pink like what's on my eyes, even though it didn't come out with so much color, which is fine. I mean, you can start off subtle and build it up as much as you want, but I happen to like it, and it did complement the look. Guys, I tried so many blushes, like bronzers, sorry. This is the e.l.f. Quad bronzer thing. I tried the Physician Formula dark one. I tried the bronzer in this palette that I'm using beside the blush. And I just decided to just go ahead and use this e.l.f. one, and it came out to what it was. It could be better, but this is what I had at the time, so this is what I used, man. Alright, so now I'm going in with this ABH palette. I don't even remember what it's called. And the highlight luxury blush that we got in the Boxycharm. These brushes are bomb, guys. Like, don't sleep on them. I hated this palette until I used this blush. Until I used this brush, which made such a big difference. Like, I didn't even know highlight brushes made such a big difference, but this one killed it with this palette, and it made me like this palette. Like, look at this color. I wasn't getting that from my other highlight brushes, but I'm getting it from this one. Oh, thanks, Boxycharm. This was bomb. Okay, using this Jonte Blue eyeliner. Is it? Yeah, it's an eyeliner. So I was trying to put it on to complete the look. It really didn't do anything, guys. I mean, I could have done without it. I could have done without it. Finishing up the eye look, I'm using a flat shader brush and going in with Celestial. I'm gonna just pat that on and then use the little bullet brush from the beginning of the video, and I'm just gonna blend that all out. So using the Ofra Liquid Lipstick in Verona that we got in this month's Boxycharm, I'm gonna use that to complete the look. Now, when I saw it in the bottle, I thought, yeah, definitely cool tone would go with this look. But when I put it on, if you guys can tell, it kind of looks peachy, like it kind of looks warm tone, right? Well, whatever. This is what I had already put on my lips, so it was gonna stay, honey. It was gonna stay. I'm just going to use my Lancome lip topper. I think this is in Effervescent, and I'm going to put that over it just to complete the look, guys. Like, look at that. I can't get over it. Like, every single time it gets to me. It's so pretty. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope now you guys can see that cool tones aren't that bad, or maybe they are for who don't like it. Anyway guys, see you guys in another video. Alright, bye.